Good morning. Andrew's in first. Good morning, Andrew. Wait for more people to come in. Some of you already knew I was going to be the one doing the live stream this morning. This is Amanda, by the way. And even though it says it's going to be a saltwater takeover today, I'm still going to spend most of the time on freshwater stuff. Because I believe most of you that come in live in the chat are going to be freshwater. Good morning, Nate. Good morning, Jenny. Nate, of course you're stalking this. That's my husband. I turned the light on these guys this morning. Usually their light is not on, so I want to give the saltwater fowler tank some love this morning. Oh, I don't need my reflection. George is still waking up. He has not had his coffee yet. The grouper's ready to go. All right, we're gonna get going here. Looks like 13 of you are in. For those of you who just joined, I'm the saltwater manager here. Filling in for Jesse today. Actually, I'm gonna come back to plants. We're gonna appreciate Annabelle's plants once the lights are on a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, I have been struggling with gimbal. This is the first time gimbal has been hooked up to my phone. We tried it the other day and was working, but this is the first time I'm using it on an actual video. So hopefully the camera doesn't go super wonky. It also says I have a slow connection, so I'm hoping I'm seeing all of your comments this morning. Alright, I gotta show off these guys first. Guys, look at these bristlenose. They are crazy. They're huge, and those bristles are just, I don't know if the camera's doing it justice. They are insane. Who else is in? I'm only seeing the first 4 comments so far. Hopefully my phone is sending the comments my way eventually. Or you guys are just more quiet this morning. Is there anything in particular you want to know or see? I still have a lot of these balloon pearl gouramis. Steve and I were joking, they're just ballooning everything these days. There might be a lot more balloon fish in quarantine right now, just a little spoiler alert. Steve told me the other day, he's like, it's like a birthday party going on in quarantine right now with all the balloon fish. Still have a bunch of Hillstream loaches and these cute little koi angels. I love them so much. Look at the little babies. Okay, phone. I know it says slow connection. There we go. Good morning, Tom. Yes, Tom, we do have albino apricot swordtails. I'm going to highlight those for sure when I get around. Still have a bunch of these Cacatoides, Apistogrammas. For those of you who don't know, these are like some of my favorite freshwater fish. I actually breed Apistos. I have one of the males from this group. When I added him with my female, within 3 days I got eggs, so they are definitely a nice mature group. Andrew, I definitely agree with you there. There are some balloonfish I do love. I think they can be so cute. But yeah, it's technically scoliosis in a fish. Doesn't seem to bother the fish too much. Got this really nice group of albino corycats in. New batch of Harlequin Rasporas. It's another favorite of mine. I don't just do saltwater, guys. Although that is my area of expertise. New batch of red-eye tetras. Otherwise, the hardy fish wall has been pretty much the same. Yeah, I think the jury's out on the pearl gouramis. I mean, someone's gonna love them. They don't have to be everybody's favorite or everyone's cup of tea, that's for sure. Rummy nose, on the other hand, there's not too many people who don't love rummy nose. Alright, so we have some awesome live bearers in. So yeah, we will start with these guys, the albino apricots. These are a batch from Tom, which means they're super high quality, but also this is like a brand new color. I don't know, everyone give Tom a round of applause on breeding these guys. They are amazing. They're probably not showing up great on the camera, but they just have this like neon apricot yellow color. Some of the females have those like bright red cheeks or that bright red throat. And just the red pinky eyes, they're so cute. Oh, thanks, Ryan. Jenny, I'll have to double check. I'm not positive if we have any polar blue parrots at the moment. Andrew, we do have some larger catfish. Is there a particular species you are looking for? Oh, we also have a bunch of guppies in. Got some metalhead snake skins here. The blue Dumbo ear red tails. Short body kois. Oh, red tail. We have one special red tail in that I will show you here in a second. Blue Rose Silverado guppies are in. All of these fancy live bearers that we have are all locally raised. So I mentioned Tom with his amazing swordtails, but we also have local breeders here for all of these guppies. Oh, here's another group of Epistos too. I forget about these guys. They're just little babies. These are the double red Agazizii. They've been here for a bit. These ones are new. I have never seen this fish before. So these are marbled whiptail catfish. They're going to be bottom feeders. They're not algae grazers. They're little suction mouths. They're going to confuse people with that. But pretty much they're just going to be wanting to eat like carnivore sinking pellets. Alright, thank you, Andrew. I'll have to go double check on those polar blues when we get to the cichlid wall. And that's it for our new guppies here, I believe. These are the Rainbow King Cobra guppies. Alright, let's head over to the cichlid wall. Alright, I have to highlight this guy. This guy's cool. This is a Goonch catfish. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's not gonna show his face. Hey, buddy. He's huge, though. So he's right below our big discus in the back if you want to come check him out. Let's see here. Alright, well here is the catfish. So we have a platinum red-tailed cat right now. It's probably about 6-8 inches long ish. So not huge, but he's a pretty good size. Honestly, for that fish, we have him at a great price. He's $160. Still have the giant peacock bass. Ooh, come on, Gimbal. Gimbal? Oh, I knew we were gonna do this, Gimbal. Don't fight me. Good morning, Kevin. Okay, polar blues, polar blues. Nope. All right. Good morning, everyone. There we go. Okay, Gimbal. No. I apologize if I'm giving anyone a headache. It really does not like my phone. It's heavier. We're going to push the button. There we go. And you saw me. I knew this was going to happen. I'll watch this later and laugh about that moment. Good morning, Adrian. Some of my saltwater people are coming on just in time to see my malfunction. Adrian, everything's going great here, other than technology and I not getting along. Okay, Andrew, where were those polar blues? I mean, if it was just one big one, it may have sold. Because I took quite a few laps yesterday and I don't remember seeing any of them. Oh wait, here we go. Here we go. There's our polar blue convicts. Good morning, buddies. There's just a couple of them, that's why I missed them. So it looks like we have 3 little ones left. They're not terribly small. That's for sure a nice female right there. That's a little boy. I think that's a female. It's hard to say. It's showing a little bit of red streaking, but not like the full red belly. Good morning, Calvin. Oh, that's right, Adrian, you moved, so that makes sense. It's always hard to move tanks if you go a far ways away. But yes, pufferfish are pretty popular. They're a very common reason people set up a tank or get into saltwater in the first place. Alright, I'm gonna go over to my area now, guys. But if anyone does have requests for other freshwater fish, let me know. We can make our way back there. So some new fish came out though for me on Thursday. Alright, Adrian. We do ship. Some saltwater fish don't ship super well, but we do have pretty good luck with it. We definitely ship a lot more freshwater than we do saltwater, but we can send them your way. Oh, you're still in Milwaukee. Perfect. This Lieutenant Tang has been here for a while. It's starting to change its color. It's been kind of yellow because they're yellow as juveniles, but then they get like a really nice steel blue. This is its in-between phase and it's kind of black. It also is just grumpy this morning. We do have quite a few larger Sephora tanks at the moment. Yes, I believe we have a 150. I'd have to double check on that. If you want, you can come in or call later. We can always check inventory, but either we do have some in store at the moment or at the warehouse we can bring over. There are 2 captive bred yellow tangs that just came out. I do love how more and more captive bred fish are getting into the saltwater hobby. You guys are waking up yet. You're in your morning colors, except that little Tamini tang. The Tamini tang's ready to go. There we go. Still have the 2 gem tangs. I'm surprised Joel isn't on here. Where's Joel? Giving me a hard time about the gem tangs. I know he's been making comments about they are expensive. They are. These fish are very rare. They only come out of the Red Sea, and they're only allowed to catch so many of them. The price on them used to be in the thousands, and it's actually come down a bit, but for that little small tang, you can get it for $750. This is one of the extremes in the saltwater world. Most fish are not that expensive. But it is a fish that's going to live 20 to 30 years if well taken care of. So it's a long time investment. I love this wrasse. This is a checkerboard wrasse. He has been so personable the entire time. In quarantine, day 1, he was eating, coming up to the glass, saying hi. It is a boy. Joel did take the day off. Oh, Andrew, yes, that was a long-nosed butterfly. I pulled the tag on him. He was eating yesterday. I fed him twice. First meal he ate, second he didn't. He's just acting weird with the nose up, but he did great all through quarantine, and then I put him in this tank, and he's just not acclimating to it super well. In saltwater, if a fish is, like, he's healthy, he's been eating, there's no spots, but if a fish is just not quite acting normal, just because of the stress of moving to a new tank, I take the tag off and it's not for sale until they are acclimated to this new tank out of quarantine. I never want to sell someone a stressed fish. These guys are too sensitive for that. But with that said, Megan, don't be too nervous about saltwater. A basic saltwater tank is actually a lot easier than most people make it out to be. We love helping people set up brand new saltwater tanks and making it simple and easy. Like these clowns. Clowns are so hardy. Oh, thanks, Adrian. Yeah, we want you guys to be successful. I'm not going to sell you a stressed out fish. I'm not going to sell you a fish that might be too sensitive or too difficult for where you're at in the moment. People have big goals for those sensitive fish, and I say we will get you there, but let's start with something a little easier so that you don't lose an expensive fish, get disheartened, and then leave the hobby. That's not good for any of us. Mike, there are some pond fish out. I believe there's at least 5 tubs of fish out there. They're pretty much all the little ones, or well, actually some of them are huge. The ones that we've had in our basement ponds all winter long that are ready to get out and in the sunshine. And then Steve has some brand new orders of little guys that just came in that will be coming out in the coming weeks. So we have a couple. There's even a couple pond plants out there ready to go. I unfortunately don't know the price range for you, Mike. I can try to head out there. I know Jessie usually loses signal when she goes outside, but I can try. That copper band is already sold. I'm just trying to show all the other fish around him. Right, buddy? You already got a good home. Here's a little Stars and Stripes puffer available. He's actually not that little, but he's little for Stars and Stripes. He's a mini one of our George that we have in the Fowler tank here. For those of you who don't know, Fowler just means fish only with live rock instead of coral. So you get to have the cool guys that will either eat your coral or eat your inverts, such as triggers like this guy. Sometimes you can get away with a trigger in a reef tank, but not all the time. I did not bring the lens for the coral. If any of you want to know if we have any specific coral, you can ask. I know what's all in here. Oh, how much on the puffer? $202. Definitely one of the more expensive puffer species. Once again, a fish that's going to live 30 years if well taken care of. What's left over here? We have a multicolor, also known as a Lubbock's fairy wrasse. Have one captive red purple tang left. Come on, camera, focus. There's a Yashigobi hiding in here somewhere. We have a couple lawnmower blennies that came out for those of you who want to try a blenny that might eat some of your algae. Oh, these guys don't get enough love. This is a captive bred white spot pygmy filefish. So they're not the Aiptasia eating filefish. They're actually a better chance at being safe with coral than the Aiptasia eating filefish, and they only get like 3 inches long. So for those of you that have a 20-gallon to a 40-gallon tank, that is a perfect filefish for you. It's just a nice, brave, free-swimming fish. Now I will say with that Stars and Stripes puffer, he might outgrow a 150-gallon tank pretty fast. We're starting to have the issue with our guy, George, maybe outgrowing the 210 he's in pretty fast here as well. He eats a lot, so he's getting some massive water changes to keep those nitrates down. Other cool things in saltwater, we have these hard tube cocoa worms. It's a type of feather duster, but the tube, instead of being soft there, is actually like a carbonate skeleton, which is great because it's less likely to be eaten by urchins then, and they just come out and they're this bright red and pink color. We have a pair of firefish again. Well, not firefish, gosh, I know what I'm talking about. A pair of fire shrimp. And a singleton over there that's a little bit bigger. Adrian, I'd recommend maybe, I mean they still get huge, but I can get a smaller one in, like a porcupine puffer. And giant coral banded shrimp. Green brittle star. Those guys get giant and potentially become a fish eating hazard for little fish when they're adults. Right now that guy's a pretty safe size. Our normal feather dusters. You too, Adrian. Some of the safer serpent stars in the back. And somewhere in here there's a pistol shrimp, I can tell by the cave and mounded up sand he has going on. Ooh, last thing, he's out. Vispun Dune Blenny. They are one of my favorites. Look at him. Oh, he's showing off his fan for us. That is one of the fang tooth blennies, which means they do have a venomous bite. I have yet to ever talk to someone who's ever been bit by one. Good morning, Ross. Yeah, Ross, see you soon. Okay, I'm gonna try to go out by ponds. And then the plant section should be nice and lit up. Gotta show off Annabelle's beautiful plants. Okay, let's see. Let me know, guys, if it starts looking weird. We have some very large standard koi, 160. Some large shabunkin for 30. Oh my gosh, Jessie! Good morning, Kim. Jessie, did you have your baby? Or are you in labor on the live stream? Oh my gosh. Another shabunkin for 20. I'm not gonna be able to focus now. And I'm saying a lot. Jessie, are you counting my ums? She told me not to say Comet goldfish, $35, extra large. the larges for $25 and the medium comets for $15. Not a whole lot of koi options yet. But like I said, we don't have any of our new orders for the season in yet. Well, I should say they're in, but they are in quarantine. Good morning, Joel. Jesse, you're in labor. All right, guys, you all ready for this? I think I'm locked up. Between gimbal problems and maybe getting locked out. Annabelle! This is a history in the making live stream. All right, well, all I had to show yet is the plants. They are full. They are beautiful. It's a gorgeous day. I hope to see you all in the store. I will see you in the store. I will get in here in a moment, but I just need to get off the live stream and put the camera down in order to do that. Yeah, Jesse wins. Jesse, you are in labor and still technically at work. Kudos to you. All right, thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you for joining my first live stream, even though it may have been a little bit of a hot mess. Can I show the Oscar with the underbite? No, Andrew, because I am outside. Oh, Jesse. Parking lot tour, Joel? Honestly, if I had the key to go on the roof, we could try to go on the roof. Because right now, can you guys like see clearly? Is my phone able to get signal out here? Okay, no parking lot tour. I'm gonna go. You guys all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all later. Jesse, good luck. We wish you the best. Can't wait to see pictures of the little guy. Bye, everyone.